Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3 sadly debunks a Dr. McCoy fan theory. Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3 continues to thrill longtime fans with bold storytelling and deep cuts from franchise lore. But for all the callbacks and surprises, the latest season has also dashed a long-standing fan theory about one of the most beloved Starfleet officers, Dr. Leonard "Bones" McCoy. For years, fans speculated that Strange New Worlds would subtly introduce McCoy as a rising medical officer in Starfleet, foreshadowing his future role aboard Captain Kirk's Enterprise. Now, with the show's third season well underway, that theory appears to be officially dead, and it's bittersweet. The McCoy theory, a believable possibility. Before Season 3 aired, fans believed McCoy's appearance in Strange New Worlds was not just possible, it was probable. The show takes place only a few years before the original Star Trek series, and we've already seen other classic characters introduced or reimagined. From Spock's central role to the surprise appearances of James T. Kirk and Montgomery Scott, Strange New Worlds has proven it's not shy about exploring the early days of the TOS crew. So why not McCoy? After all, the show features Dr. Joseph Mbenga as the Enterprise's chief medical officer, someone who canonically stepped aside to let McCoy take over later. Fans theorized that Season 3 would finally bridge that gap, perhaps with McCoy joining the ship as an assistant, a Starfleet physician on loan, or even an unexpected medical consultant. It would have been the perfect slow-burn introduction. Why McCoy felt like a natural fit? The theory made even more sense considering Strange New Worlds' character-driven focus. McCoy, with his deeply humanist philosophy and biting sarcasm, fits the tone of the show perfectly. While Mbenga has proven to be a layered and compassionate doctor in his own right, fans imagine McCoy coming aboard and sparking a fascinating contrast between their differing medical approaches, Mbenga's spiritual calm versus McCoy's earthy passion. The addition of Chapel, another TOS mainstay, strengthened the theory even further. Since Strange New Worlds has been exploring her past and deepening her character, it seemed logical that McCoy might appear to begin the long, complicated history between them, even in subtle ways. Season 3. The final nail in the theory's coffin. Unfortunately, Strange New Worlds Season 3 has gone in a different direction. Rather than setting the stage for McCoy's arrival, the show has doubled down on Dr. Mbenga's role, and even more notably, his ultimate fate. In a recent episode, Mbenga makes a pivotal choice regarding his future with Starfleet Medical, and it's heavily implied that he will remain part of the crew for the foreseeable future. There's no mention of any new doctors joining the ship, and no hint that the Enterprise is preparing for a shift in medical leadership. In fact, the latest storylines make it clear that Mbenga's tenure as CMO will last through the remaining Strange New Worlds years, leaving little to no room for McCoy to come aboard in any meaningful capacity. To further cement things, the series has spent time highlighting the close bond between Mbenga and Chapel, something that would traditionally be reserved for McCoy and Chapel in earlier Trek canon. This creative decision suggests the showrunners are reconfiguring the emotional dynamics and likely saving McCoy for a later era, possibly in Kirk's own series, or not at all. A disappointment, but not a disaster. For McCoy fans, this development is a tough pill to swallow. The thought of seeing a young Leonard McCoy wrestle with early medical dilemmas in space, perhaps even clashing with Pike or Spock, was tantalizing. His Southern charm, medical ethics, and unique perspective have been sorely missed in this golden era of Trek television. The debunking of this fan theory feels like a missed opportunity to connect the Strange New Worlds timeline even more directly to the original series. But at the same time, this choice underscores one of the things Strange New Worlds does best: creating its own identity, giving Mbenga and Chapel room to shine. By keeping McCoy off-screen, the series gives its current medical characters room to breathe. Mbenga's character arc, especially after the harrowing events of Season 2, is complex and deserving of continued attention. Introducing McCoy too soon might have overshadowed that journey. Similarly, Chapel's transformation into a fully realized, independent character would lose emotional weight if defined by a looming relationship with a future shipmate. In some ways, Strange New Worlds choosing not to include McCoy yet is a sign of storytelling maturity. Rather than racing to line up every character in place for the TOS timeline, the show is investing in building meaningful arcs for its cast. Even if,